Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to the class. This is MN Ramesh. Welcome to India's largest e-learning platform, GradeUp. Today on Saturday we have a class on in the morning, then regular class at 4 o'clock every day. Hope you are all active and energetic today to learn something about clampers. After learning clippers, rectifiers, regulators, now I'm going for clampers and voltage multipliers. What is voltage multiplier? Like voltage doubler, tripler, etc. etc. This is the subject we are dealing with, analog circuits. This is the batch exclusively for GATE 2021. If you have the goal for cracking the GATE examination, this is the perfect batch you can think of, where we are covering entire syllabus in detail and also dealing with more problems. You must have seen already in my class, I am dealing with many problems along with the concepts. Okay, along with the concepts, I am giving you the problems also, because GATE examination needs problems to solve. Hope you're all doing great and safe at home. You're not going anywhere, and sit at home, stay at home, but continue your preparation. Continue learning. Learning is always a journey. Okay, don't target for a particular period of learning. It is a continuous journey. Now, learning is a continuous journey. Let's see how many of the students are there today to join me to learn the clampers well. So I am going to make you what is a clamper, and by seeing the clamper, after 1 hour of this class, by seeing the clamper, you can easily identify what is the output without doing any solution. That way I'll train you for clampers, even for voltage multipliers as well. Okay. Ready, guys? Let me see how many of the students are there. Saurabh, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Sakshi, Sonal, Bunty, you're all very regular to all the classes, guys. I appreciate you all. Josna, Rajeshwar Reddy, Vaishnavi, Surya Prakash, Mihira. Oh, so many students are there. Come on, guys. Yes, Rahul, I am fine. Excellent. Today we are going to complete the diodes. Yes, Rajeshwar Reddy. Today I am going to, in this class only, we are going to complete the diodes topics, so that in the afternoon topic, we enter into BJT. Another very interesting and very important gate point of view is BJT. Okay, in the afternoon class, we are going to do that. This is at 2 p.m. This is now. Deepa Vijay Lakshmi. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Hi. Hello. Come on, guys, please share this to everyone. Those who have not yet joined, online classes must be on time. So I am on time every day. So I wish you people are also online. Come on, guys, please join faster. Pushkar, thank you very much. I'm very fine. What about you? Sir, answer for homework question. Yesterday's homework question. I didn't remember exactly what is the homework question. Yeah, Zina diode, right? I think 80 ohm. 80 ohm is the correct answer. Am I right? Saurabh, you're weak on BJT? Don't worry, I'm there. I will make you strong in BJT. After attending BJT classes, you will become the strongest, I can say. Sure. Yes, guys, 80 ohms is the correct answer if you have done it. If anybody have not done it, please do it. If you don't get it, please ask me, I'll tell you. Yes, 80 ohms is the correct answer. Perfect it is. It is just resistance is asked. So we just need to find voltage by current. Voltage across that resistance and current through that resistance we need to find. You'll get the answer. Come on. Let's others also join faster. Let's go for the topic. Shall we wait for 2 more minutes? Shall we wait for 2 more minutes? Because I'm not finding the number as I wanted. Saturday morning, you are not comfortable. Every day evening, many students are there. Today morning, you are not aware that there is a class or what? You have anything to discuss, guys? By the time others are joining, please share the others also that class has begun. Come on. Okay, Saurabh, don't wait, huh? Shall we start? Okay. Have little courtesy towards some students if they are finding any difficulty in logging in or joining the class, something like that. Yeah, Verma is asking weightage of analog circuits. Weightage of analog circuits would be around 10 to 14 marks. 10 to 14 marks or 8 to 12 marks. It varies generally. 10 to 12 or 8 to 12. 10 to 14 or 8 to 12 marks. For electrical students, it is 8 to 10 marks generally. For electronic students, 10 to 12 marks. That's great, Rahul. GEC College Dairy 2, Rahul. Yes, please have your original names. What's wrong in it? Okay. Weightage is analog is very one of the very important subjects in gate point of view. For weightage point of view also, EDC and analog for EC students, EDC and analog together, it is going to be 20 marks, guys. 20 marks is very important. 20 marks you can score, you can improve your rank to very good rank. 20 marks plays a very important role in getting a very good rank. For EC electrical students, analog circuits gives you around 8 to 10 marks or 8 to 12 marks. Average 10 marks we can say. Shivam, for me everything is easy. For me everything is easy, which is nothing is toughest for me. And same I'll make you also to feel after completing. I'm sure, guys, trust me, if you follow all my classes, I will make you analog circuits very easy. I'll make you after finishing the analog circuits, you will say that, sir, analog circuits is very easy, and you will also say that it is very interesting. But for that to say, you please attend all my classes because every class is linked with the previous classes. No, no, Devisri Prasad, don't refer that book. That is not good. Deepa, I'll tell you what is the topic, important weightage and topic wise weightage after completing the syllabus. After completing the syllabus. Now let us understand everything. Once you learn everything, I'll tell you the importance topic wise. Okay. Let's start, guys. Negative clamper. Again, clampers are of two types. Okay. Clampers are two types. Like clippers are series clippers, shunt clippers. Clampers are basically only two types. Are you ready? Yeah, clampers are only two types. One is negative clamper, negative clamper. Another is positive clamper. Only two types of clampers. What actually clamper is? What is the meaning of clamper? Clamping. Clamping is nothing but attaching. That means the waveform what we apply here is clamped to certain level. Clamping. That is the meaning of clamper. Clamper means attaching. The circuit which can clamp the signal what you apply is called as a clamper. Like clipper, the circuit which can clip means remove a part. Similarly, clamper means which is to attach. Clampers, the general meaning of clamping is nothing but attaching, right? So the waveform what we apply to the clamper will be attached to a particular reference level. Attached to a particular reference level. That circuit we call it as clamper. And there are two types of clamper, positive clamper and negative clamper, based on what is the output and where it is clamped to. Okay, so let us understand how it is. Always remember, first I'll tell you negative clamper, automatically you will understand what is positive clamper. So I request all of you to listen very carefully because it is little confusing to understand how clamping diode forward bias reverse bias, but follow me carefully so that it is easy for you. Okay. Surya is saying, sir, I'm EC student. I want to study EDC. It is sufficient, your EDC classes in YouTube. Theory point of view, that is sufficient. But practical, I mean, problems and all for gate point of view, you have to do more things, like in a paid class. What is Krishna saying? Sir, can you provide quiz questions as PDF after complete the particular quiz? so that it will be useful for our revision. Sure, I'll take that input, guys. I'll give it as PDF, or I'm also thinking to give you a workbook. Okay, I'm also planning to give you a workbook which is of exercise problems. Uh, Apart from quiz problems, I try to give that also. Okay, wait. I'll give that. Please give me some time to explain the clampers. We shift the signal. After shifting the signal, it is as AC or not. That's what I'll tell you. Dev Kumar, please wait. We'll understand. So all of you, please put your attention carefully to learn the clamper. Please hold. Please hold your chart. Otherwise, I am getting deviated. Okay. Yes, Shubham and others. Workbook idea, I'm going to implement it maybe soon because it takes time. Don't expect immediately. Maybe in a month, I'm trying to release the workbook, at least subject wise. Okay, those subjects which are completed along with the quiz questions. Please hold the chart. Please hold the chart. Let me complete. Clamper always will have a capacitor and a diode like this. Always. Okay. Clamper always will have capacitor and a diode combination. What is clipper? Resistor and diode combination. Clamper is capacitor and diode combination. So always remember, if you have to have a clamper, means there must be a capacitor here, there must be a diode here. You cannot have capacitor here, you cannot have diode here. That is not going to be a clamper. Okay. So clamper compared to clippers is somehow very simple. Diode always will be like this, maybe like this or maybe like this. Direction may be different, but position of the diode always will be here only. Position of the capacitor will be always here only. This is called clamper circuit on. So by seeing the circuit, we should define that whether it is clamper or not. If you find the capacitor here, diode here, always remember this. Okay. Now whether it is negative clamper or not, later we'll see by seeing the output how it is. Okay. Now, whether it is clamper, clipper or whatever, how diode will behave as? Either it will be forward bias or it will be reverse bias, nothing more than that. So here also in clampers, diode will be forward bias or reverse bias based on what? Again based on anode voltage and cathode voltage, like earlier also we have seen. If anode is greater than this, then it is forward bias. If it is less than, then it's reverse bias. That's all already we know. But what is this anode voltage here? Can I say this anode voltage? Observe all of you. Anode voltage, can I say this is the input voltage what we are applying? If at all any current like this, if at all any current flows like this, there is a charge across the capacitor. Capacitor will charge. So let us call it as VC, voltage across the capacitor. So VA is nothing but input voltage minus the capacitor voltage. Can I say like this? So whatever you apply, something will be dropped across this as current is flowing like this. Remaining voltage is available across this. That is what VA. VA, can I also call it as output voltage, because this is the output voltage where I am taking. So output voltage is nothing but anode voltage, which is nothing but input voltage minus capacitor voltage, provided there is a current. Provided there is a current. If current is not there, obviously not. This is the basic understanding of the clamper, right? So if anybody wants to take the screenshots, please take the screenshots. I'm going to erase this. Okay, please have it. Okay, please take the screenshot if you want to take it. Done. Now I'm going to erase this. Initially, I know that output voltage is VI minus VC. VC is the voltage across the capacitor. VC is the voltage across the capacitor. Now initially I didn't apply anything, so VC initially is 0. Nothing is there because nothing is applied, nothing is there across the capacitor. Capacitor is initially uncharged. And imagine sinusoidal signal is applied at the input. I am just taking sinusoidal for explanation purpose. It can be anything. Now, since initially capacitor is 0, capacitor voltage is 0, V naught is exactly equal to VI because VC is equal to 0. Capacitor voltage is 0. So V naught is equal to VI. What is V naught? Is nothing but anode voltage. So anode voltage is nothing but input voltage initially when capacitor is not charged anything. When nothing is applied, obviously nothing. The moment I apply input, imagine input is greater than 0. What is the anode voltage going to be? Since capacitor voltage is 0, anode voltage is nothing but capacitor voltage. So the moment input is greater than 0, anode voltage is going to be positive. The instant input is greater than 0, anode voltage is nothing but output voltage, which is going to be input voltage minus capacitor voltage actually, but capacitor is already 0, so anode voltage is going to be positive. See, anode is positive, cathode is ground. So what happens to the diode? Diode is under forward bias. Can I say like this? So case 1 I am taking it as whenever input is greater than 0, the moment input is greater than 0, anode voltage of the diode VA is going to be positive because of this reason. So diode is going to be forward bias. Then what is the output for us and how the circuit looks like? The moment diode is forward biased like this, two things you need to understand. One is the diode is short circuited like this. So what is the output you are going to find here? Is going to be 0 because you are finding the short circuit voltage. Second is the moment diode is forward biased like this, there is a current flowing like this. There is a current flowing. Let's say some I current is flowing. Two things. The moment diode is forward biased, for the value Vi greater than 0, diode is forward biased, so output is becoming 0. At the same time, there is a current also flowing. As soon as current is started flowing, the capacitor is started charging. So far it was 0. Now capacitor started charging, right? While capacitor is charging, there is a term called charging time constant tau. What is that? R into C. This tells you, the time constant tells you how fast the capacitor is charging. Here, in this case, when diode is under forward bias, when the diode is under forward bias, in this case, when the diode is under forward bias, capacitor is charging like this in this loop, and how much is the resistance in that loop? 0. So how much is the charging time constant? It is 0. Charging time constant of the capacitor is 0 means it is charging instantaneously. Instantaneously it is charging. How? As per the input voltage. This is what I want to show you in another diagram like this. You see, the moment the input is greater than 0, the circuit is going to be behave like this. The moment input is greater than 0, the diode is like forward bias. So what is the output voltage? 0. And how the capacitor is charging? Like this. This is the polarity of the capacitor, VC. And the current is flowing like this through the diode, because we know that current is flowing through the diode from anode to cathode in its forward bias. So current is flowing like this. So capacitor voltage is increasing. How much it is increasing? It is equal to the uh, input voltage. Why? You see, I'll show you one more diagram. Just please hold. Actually, I missed one diagram here. Let me add that diagram here. Actually, I want this waveform also here to show you how the waveform is going to come. Okay, so let me show you this. Now, this blue color is the input waveform what we applied. This blue color is the input waveform. Let me erase this now. Right. Blue color is the input waveform, right? This is the capacitor charging now. How the capacitor is charging? Because tau C is equal to 0 and input is now increasing. I am talking for input greater than 0 here. I am drawing the red color, you see. When input is increasing like this, capacitor voltage is also exactly increasing like this. Why? Capacitor is instantaneously charging. That is why the voltage here, which we call it as the voltage here, anode voltage, which is nothing but output voltage, which we call it as Vi minus Vc. What is Vc? Same as Vi. That is why output is also 0. That's why how we said as output 0. So output 0 I can say in two ways. One is because the diode is short circuited, output is 0. Second thing is output voltage is nothing but anode voltage, which is nothing but V naught minus, which is nothing but V naught, which is nothing but Vi minus capacitor voltage. Now capacitor voltage is instantaneously increasing as per the input voltage. So whatever you apply, the capacitor is charged to. Suppose if input is 2 volts, capacitor is charged to 2 volts. So what is anode voltage going to be? 0, that way. So as input increases like this, capacitor is also increasing this. This voltage, whatever I am saying here, red color, is capacitor voltage. This is capacitor voltage. Is it right? So during this portion till this, what is the output I am getting? 0. So let me plot 0 here during this portion. Observe. Once again, when input is greater than 0, diode is forward bias, capacitor is charging to the Vi value as it is because time constant is 0. So when input is increasing like this, capacitor voltage is also increasing, capacitor is also increasing. So what is the output you are getting? 0. Now let us come to this point, peak value. How much is peak value? Vm. When input reaches to Vm, when input reaches to Vm, capacitor voltage also reaches to Vm. So we know that Va is equal to V naught is equal to Vi minus Vc, right? This is what the equation we started with. Now Vi reached to Vm, capacitor also reached to Vm. So what is the output voltage then? 0 it is till that time. Let's say input reached to only this part. Okay, input is Vm by 2, then capacitor is also Vm by 2. So still output is 0 till this point. Like that for every point it is 0. Now see, after pi by 2 radians, this is pi by 2, right? After pi by 2 radians, input is becoming lesser than Vm. Input is becoming lesser than Vm. See the blue color way. Input is lesser than Vm. By this time now capacitor already reached to Vm. So input is now less than Vm. Capacitor already at Vm. So what is the output voltage? Which is nothing but anode voltage. Is it not going to be negative? Okay. Shubham is asking how time constant is 0. Shubham, in this loop, R into C is time constant, which is going to be 0 because R is 0. Yes, now the diode is going to be reverse bias. That is the point, guys. The moment input is less than Vm, anode of this diode is going to be reverse bias because the input voltage is less than Vm, capacitor voltage is Vm. So what is the anode voltage going to be? Negative. Makes this diode reverse bias. Simply reverse bias. So the moment input is less than Vm, the circuit diagram is going to be like this. How much was the capacitor voltage? It was equal to Vm. So what is output voltage now? Output voltage again, it is Vi minus Vm. In fact, it is Vi minus Vc, but capacitor voltage is already reached to Vm. Point to note here is, as input is increasing like this, capacitor voltage is also increasing because there is a loop here to have the current. After pi by 2 radians, when Vi is less than Vm, capacitor is becoming Vm only, and diode becomes reverse bias like this. Then capacitor cannot discharge. Capacitor voltage remains at Vm only. Capacitor cannot discharge now. Why? Because capacitor to discharge, as per the input voltage, if it is decreasing like this, capacitor to discharge, there must be a path for the capacitor to discharge. There is no path. Now diode is open. So capacitor is not discharging. So when capacitor is not discharging, it retains this voltage as Vm only. So output voltage now follows, which is nothing but, in fact, on anode voltage also you can say, always follows this equation. Now after this, right? So let's find the output voltage now as per this. Is it clear? Let me give you once again the example. If you come to this understanding, then it is very easy, very useful it is. Yes, I'll tell you once again. Listen carefully. Listen carefully once again. See, initially the diode is forward bias, capacitor is charging. Imagine this is the input. Peak value, let us say, just for example, peak value, let us say 5 volts. Okay. Input is increasing slowly, greater than 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that it is increasing, right? Input is slowly increasing like this. So let me use the pointer. Input is slowly increasing like this till 5 volts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it is 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, like this. Again negative voltage, negative peak, it is like that, it is increasing. Imagine input is greater than 0. Let's say input is greater than 0 means, let's say 1 volt. Input is reached to 1 volt, let us say, just greater than 0. Then diode is forward bias. Why? Because anode voltage of the diode is nothing but Vi minus Vc, where Vc was 0 initially. When input is greater than 0, 1 volt, let us say, it is going to be positive. Positive makes the diode forward bias. The moment diode is forward bias, current is flowing like this. Listen all of you carefully. Current is flowing like this. So capacitor voltage is charging. How the capacitor is charging? How the capacitor is charging? As per the time constant tau c, which is equal to 0. That means instantaneously. So this is the capacitor voltage I am plotting. Capacitor voltage is increasing like this, increasing like this. Suppose input is 2 volts, capacitor voltage is also 2 volts. Input is 3 volts, capacitor voltage is also 3 volts. Input reaches to 5 volts, capacitor voltage also reaches to 5 volts. Till this point there is no confusion, I think, right? It is just like a loop it is. So capacitor voltage is increasing as per the input. Once it is reached to 5 volts, capacitor voltage also reached to 5 volts. With a numerical I am explaining, guys. So what is anode voltage always? Remember, anode voltage is always Vi minus Vc. So how much is Vi now? After this pi by 2 radians, input is becoming lesser than, check it, input is becoming lesser than 5 volts. Let's say it is becoming 4 volts. After pi by 2 radians, let's say it is becoming 4 volts. So what is capacitor voltage already? It is 5 volts. So what it is? Something negative, whatever it is, something negative. Immediately makes this diode reverse bias. So the moment input is above pi by 2 radians, it is less than Vm, makes the anode voltage negative like this, makes the diode reverse bias. That's what the diagram I am showing here, that the diode is reverse bias. By this time, what is the diode already? At Vm. That means 5 volts. Let's say it is 5 volts. Let me give you an example of 5 volts only. Let us make it generalized by taking Vm, of course. Now Vi value is less than 5 volts and capacitor voltage is Vm. So it is negative. So diode is reverse bias. Once the diode is reverse bias, capacitor cannot discharge now. While diode is forward bias, it is charged. Now it cannot. Why? Time constant, discharging time constant is infinite now. RC equal to infinite. R is infinite here, open circuit. So it cannot discharge. So capacitor voltage remains forever as Vm only. Since capacitor voltage is always Vm, what is this voltage? Which is anode voltage. What is that? In fact, it is nothing but output voltage. So that's what anode voltage is, nothing but V0 is equal to Vi minus Vm. This is Vi minus Vm. Remember, this Vi is less than Vm always, because after pi by 2 radians, this is pi by 2. After pi by 2, the input is less than Vm. No, input is less than Vm. Is it not? The input is less than Vm only. That is the case we are talking about. Now see, what is the output? For every value of input now, I can plot the output, right? I can find the output. For every value of input, I can find the output based on this equation. Like this, how many points I can find? How many points I can find like this? Infinite points I can find. But I cannot find infinite points mathematically like this. So what I do is, I'll take some approximation. Till pi by 2 radians, what is the output? I got 0. Till pi by 2, diode was forward bias and I got 0. After pi by 2, output equation is following this equation. Let me say input equal to this one, Vm. Then what is going to be the output? Output is Vi is equal to 0, we are saying. So Vi is 0. So what is capacitor voltage? Remained as Vm. So what is output? Minus Vm. So corresponding to this value of input, output is going to be Vm minus Vm somewhere here. Let's call it as minus Vm. If you want to substitute the numerical values also, you can do it. It is becoming lesser and it is becoming minus Vm, for example, input is. So what is the output going to be? Input is now minus Vm. So it is minus Vm minus Vm. So it is going to be minus 2 Vm. So for corresponding Vm value, output is going to be minus 2 Vm somewhere here. It is minus 2 Vm. Similarly, input is coming to 0. Then input is again 0. 0 means output is going to be 0 minus Vm is going to be minus Vm again. So for input is 0, correspondingly output is minus Vm like this. Now see again a case. Observe all of you carefully. Here is the twist. Input is now after pi radians, input is again becoming forward bias. Like initially input is becoming greater than 0. Input is greater than 0, here it has become. Similarly here is also now it is becoming. When input is greater than 0 initially, what happened to the diode? Became forward bias, right? Now again input is becoming higher than 0, so diode has to become forward bias, but it is not. Diode continues to be reverse bias only, continues to be reverse bias even input is higher than 0 now. Why? If you want this diode, listen carefully, if you want this diode to be forward bias, what this anode should be positive, right? What is now anode is? Anode is now this one. This is the anode voltage. If you want this voltage to be something positive, so that diode is forward bias, when it becomes positive, when input voltage is greater than Vm, then only it becomes positive. Never happens, it never happens, because input highest value itself is Vm. If you want this diode to be forward bias, input must be greater than Vm. Never is possible. So diode forever remains as reverse bias only. Since the diode is forever reverse bias, output follows forever this equation only. So even after this time period, pi radians, input is greater than 0, anode is still negative. You can check from this equation, anode is still negative, so that output still follows this equation. So let's find the same values again and again. So let's say input reached to this value, then what is the output going to be? Input is reached to Vm and capacitor is already at Vm, so output is going to be 0. That means anode voltage is going to be 0. That is why diode is not forward bias, I am saying. No, even input reaches to Vm, not even greater than 0. It reaches to Vm also, diode is not going to be forward bias. Why? It is not becoming a positive. See, it should be greater than 0, right? Again, if it reaches to 0, correspondingly, this is the equation, right? 0 means minus Vm. This is the output. If it reaches to minus Vm, it reaches to minus 2 Vm. If it reaches to 0, again it is minus Vm. And if it reaches to Vm, it reaches to 0. And etc. etc. So this is 0, right? These are the some points I found. Like this, I found only for specific values, Vm 0, Vm minus Vm, like that I found. Like that for every value, here, every value you can find, right? Then it becomes a continuous signal. So I don't have that much time to find that much patience to find. That's why I took some references and I can estimate how the waveform is. If I join all these points, I'm going to get the waveform how it is going to be. Is it not? This is the waveform we are going to get. Got it, guys? I will explain remaining things. By the time you please take the screenshot and let me take any questions you have in this understanding. It is very simple. Let me summarize. Initially, when input is greater than 0, here, let me summarize. Very simple it is. when initially input is greater than 0 till pi by 2 radians, diode is forward bias and capacitor continues to charge up to what? Up to Vm. Once capacitor charges to Vm and input is greater than pi by 2 radians, diode becomes reverse bias like this, and it remains forever reverse bias, and output voltage forever follows, which is nothing but in fact anode voltage also forever follows Vi minus Vm only. You substitute the values of Vi now for every value, and that is going to be the output forever. As simple as that. Simple it is. Initially diode is becoming forward bias till pi by 2 radians. After that diode is reverse bias and never becomes forward bias again. Why? Anode voltage will never become forward bias again. Anode voltage will never become positive again. So diode will never become forward bias. Got it? So this is the output voltage if you find. Now let me take some questions so that let me understand you got it or not. Sir, every time Vc increasing proportional to Vi, then Vi minus Vc always be 0. Then Va will also be 0. Can we consider as forward bias? You know, initially, see Va capacitor voltage. Listen carefully. This is the point. Capacitor voltage becomes Vi only when diode is under forward bias. No, if diode is not forward bias like this, capacitor voltage cannot be. Until unless diode is forward bias, then only capacitor can charge to some voltage. How much? It is of course equal to Vi till pi by 2 radians, of course. But initially to make this diode forward bias, capacitor is under initially no charge, and the moment input is anode voltage is equal to Vi minus Vc. The moment input is greater than 0, as this was 0, it is going to be positive, makes the diode forward bias, then only capacitor voltage charges as per the Vi, otherwise it is not. The moment diode is forward bias and capacitor charges, V0 capacitor voltage is equal to Vi. That's what we have plotted here. Got it? Tripathi, sir, isn't capacitor discharging? No, because capacitor to discharge, like to charge, there must be a closed loop. To discharge also, there must be a closed loop. The moment after pi by 2 radians, diode becomes reverse bias, so capacitor cannot discharge. There is the path. Where is the path for the capacitor to discharge? No discharge it is. Okay. After pi by 2 radians, how input voltage becomes 0? After pi by 2 radians, see, input is continuously changing. It is increasing from 0 to Vm and then decreasing to 0, minus Vm, 0, Vm, 0, Vm, like that continuously. And capacitor voltage stood at Vm. So output follows Vi minus Vm. Capacitor will always be charged at Vm after pi by 4 radians. After pi by 2 radians, I think, right? After pi by 2 radians, not pi by 4. Always charged at Vm, yes. After pi by 2 radians, capacitor always remains at Vm only. It's pi by 2, right? It is pi, it is 2 pi, so it is pi by 2, not pi by 4. Sir, at the last instance when V0 equal to 0, then the diode should be short circuited. V0 equal to 0. V0 equal to 0, diode will not be forward biased. V0 equal to 0 means what? Anode voltage equal to 0. What is cathode? Also 0. Then diode is still reverse bias, right? If you want this to be forward bias, anode should be greater than 0. It is not. Is there a 90 degrees phase shift? Yes, of course. There is a delay here. I'll talk about that. Shivakumar, sir, capacitor never discharge? No. Because once diode is reverse bias, how can the capacitor discharge? Capacitor remains always at Vm. Okay. Phase difference is there, definitely is there. See, this is the input waveform and this is the output waveform, not exactly in phase, right? There is a phase difference. Definitely there is a phase difference. So please explain graph once again. Yeah, I'll do that. Please explain graph of Vc. Is it the constant Vm? Yes. Yeah, somebody is asking about graph of Vc. I'll show you guys. That's good one. Graph of Vc, let us see how the Vc waveform is. This is the output waveform. This is V0 I am saying. This blue color is Vi I am saying. What is Vc? Initially capacitor voltage is increasing as per the Vi. Excuse me. Once it reaches to Vm, it is not discharging, right? It is remaining forever like that only. So capacitor voltage remains forever like that only, forever like that only. This is the VC, capacitor voltage. Reach it to VM, right? It is always VM. This green color is the capacitor. Initially it is charging like this. Once it charges to VM, it remains like that forever because it is not discharging. It is remains. So this is the VC voltage, this is the VI voltage, this is the V0 voltage. Is it clear? हाँ सौरभ मैं और एक बार explain करूँगा. Sir, what if a resistor load is connected V0? I'll tell you Arun about that. Sir, in clipper 0 take an anode side, then diode is forward, but here not. No, Meet Chaudhary, there also anode is equal to 0, cathode is equal to 0. Also, we didn't say forward bias, we say reverse bias only. There also it is reverse bias. Anode should be greater, we said always. When VA is greater than 0, VA equal to 0, then how diode is forward bias 0? VA is not equal to 0. You know, when initially this, when this is the case, when VI is greater than 0, anode voltage is also greater than 0 because capacitor is initially 0. What is anode voltage initially? VI minus 0 it is, right? Because capacitor voltage is 0. So the moment VI is 0, anode is also going to be 0. So VI is greater than 0 means anode is also greater than 0, then that makes the diode forward bias. Why diode is not becoming forward bias in the second half of VI equal to VM, sir? Imagine that, you know, anode voltage equal to VI minus VM. You agree? You will say VI reached to VM. Then what is output voltage? Which is nothing but anode voltage equal to 0. If anode voltage is 0 and cathode is also 0, do you say diode is forward bias? No, it is reverse bias. Is it not? It is reverse bias. Yes, during diode is reverse bias. When diode is under reverse bias, time constant is infinite. That means time it is not discharging. That's the point. Sir, it is still AC signal after shifting? Yes, it is AC signal because it is changing with respect to time. AC is or not, if it is independent, it is not depending on time, we call it as DC. It is still depending on time, you know, this is still depending on time. So this is still AC signal. Got it? Sir, what does clamper circuit did in this circuit? Surya Prakash, clamper circuit by applying this waveform. Listen, by applying this blue color waveform here at the input, output has shifted this waveform down. You see what is the difference between this input waveform and this waveform? After pi by 2 radians, the waveform has been shifted down. See, the average value of this input waveform is is 0. Average value of the input waveform is 0. But if you see, the average value of the output waveform is not equal to 0. That means it is shifted towards the negative axis. You see, the waveform has been shifted down to negative axis. That is why it is called negative clamper. That's why it is called negative clamper. And second point, where it is shifted to? It is shifted to this peak values. Positive peak values are shifted to 0 levels. That's why this clamper can also be called as positive peak clamper. It is also called as positive peak clamper. Okay. What does okay, done. In this circuit, there is always output in no input condition. No, not at all, not at all, not at all, not at all. If there is input, then only it happens, guys. That too after pi by 2 radians only. Meet Chaudhary saying आवाज बहुत कम आ रहे हैं. What should I do, guys? I am speaking a little louder only. What about others? What about others? Arun Krishna is asking, where do we need this? You know, if you want to shift the waveform from one level to other, see, this is at 0 level. This is at 0 level. If you want to shift this waveform down like this, we can use this clamper. Okay, please take the, yeah, that's audible it is. So Meet Chaudhary, uh, check with your system sound. What is used after shifting the signal? Dev Kumar, I'll tell you usage. Okay. Okay, guys, clear. Let me summarize the things. Okay, once again, let me summarize the things once again. Um, by erasing some things here, so that clipper, I'll give you now shortcut. Okay, already we have seen the explanation. uh, I would like to make very simple, otherwise once again I'll make it very simple. Let me erase these things and let me make it very simple. Once again, let me make it very simple. Okay, initially whenever input is greater than 0, whenever input is greater than 0, whenever input is greater than 0, diode is going to be forward bias. Then capacitor voltage is increasing. How? Equal to the Vi. So diode output becomes 0. So this is how capacitor voltage is. I am using same color for capacitor voltage. During this time, what is the output? During this time, output is 0. Like this. Because output is nothing but short circuit voltage, or you can also say that output is nothing but Vi minus Vc. Now Vc is becoming equal to Vi, so V not equal to 0. Okay, I'll explain. Please wait. Please wait. I'll explain because waveform is shifted. Yeah. Yes, for Surya Prakash, yes, for every clamper circuit there is a delay. Then this is the first quarter cycle for pi by 2 radians it is. Once input becomes greater than pi by 2 radians, simply diode is becoming reverse bias. Diode is becoming reverse bias. Then the capacitor voltage remains at Vm. Capacitor voltage is fixed at Vm. Then output voltage is Vi minus Vm, which is also nothing but anode voltage as we say. Now input is like this, capacitor voltage is charged to like this, and we are saying that capacitor voltage remains forever like this. Capacitor voltage remains forever like this. Input is increasing or decreasing like this. Then output, what happens? Output, I'll plot it with 0 till pi by 2 radians, till pi by 2 radians. After that, it is simply following this equation. Simply following this equation. Output is following this equation. Now you substitute different values, you'll get it. 0, it is minus Vm. This is minus Vm. In this you keep substituting. You will get minus 2 Vm. Here 0, you will get Vm. Here Vm, you will get 0. This is the point. Even if input reaches to Vm, anode voltage is becoming 0 only. So the diode is continues to be in reverse bias. Whenever diode is reverse bias, capacitor continues to be for Vc only, and it continues to be like this. Continues to be like this. All these points you try to mark out and just plot it. Shape I am not exactly able to reproduce because of digital pen it is. You can adjust guys like this. For every value of input, if you plot the waveform, it looks like this. Now somebody is asking, sir, why it is called as negative clamper? Because the waveform, if you see the input waveform Vi has been shifted down. Is it not shifted down? Here it is at 0 level, it is at minus Vm level, is it not? It is at minus Vm level. This is minus Vm. So that is why it is called as negative clamper, because the waveform is shifted to negative side. That's why it's called negative clamper. It is also called as positive peak clamper. Positive peak clamper. Why? You see the peaks of the input, positive peaks of the input are clamped to 0 level. That's why it's called positive peak clamper. It is also called as DC inserter. DC inserter. Why? Because if you see the average value of this input waveform, average value is equal to 0. But what is the average value of the output here? Is not equal to 0. That means some DC is there. Of course, negative DC. That's why it is called as DC inserter. Okay. So negative clamper can also be called as positive peak clamper because positive peaks are clamped. Okay. Next, once again, one more point I'll tell you. Yeah, delay will be present for every circuit, no doubt. Okay. Now, what if negative half of the input is applied? Is it will remain 0 until positive half? Even negative half cycle also output is following the same equation. That's how we are getting this waveform. So in Clippers circuit, what should be the time constant? Time constant in Clippers, that depends on the loop where the current is flowing. And in Clipper circuit, we don't have capacitor. We don't have capacitor, you remember, in Clippers. So there is no question of time constant. Okay, Ajay. Now I'll give you a shortcut. All of you put your attention here. I'm going to give you a shortcut for the clamper. If you see the clamper, you can identify what it is and how it is. Shall I give you the shortcut, guys? Let us forget all those things, theory part and all. Now I'll show you a clamper. Forget all these equations and all. I will give you a simple shortcut for you. This is the clamper. This is a clamper we have. This is a clamper. Here itself I'll show you. This is the diode we had. All of you please be ready for the shortcut. Girish. Surya. Okay. Thank you, Surya. Girish Reddy, sir, from 0 to pi by 2, V naught equal to 0 equal to VA, which makes diode reverse bias, then V naught equal to VI always. No. 0 to pi by 2 radians, Girish. Initially, capacitor, don't forget this point. VA is equal to VI minus VC. But initially, capacitor voltage is 0, right? Initially, capacitor voltage is 0. So, VA is equal to VI. So, if VI is greater than 0, anode is also greater than 0. Till that time, capacitor cannot charge. Till that time, capacitor cannot charge because capacitor is not having the path. Capacitor to charge, there must be a path, right? So, if VI is greater than 0 now, anode becomes greater than 0, then diode becomes forward bias, then capacitor can charge. Then it is equal to VI. Capacitor voltage is equal to VI. Capacitor voltage is equal to VI only when diode is forward bias, otherwise not. Otherwise, how can capacitor voltage? Because there is no current flowing, no. Got it? This is the first point I explained initially. Now coming to the shortcut, please wait. I just now joined. Can I continue? Else I have to go for recording, sir. Signer, continue. Whatever you get it and watch the recording also. After charging of capacitor, always output instead of input. Abbas, not clear your question. Can I make use of inductor as it is also energy storage element like that of capacitor? No, no H1, no. That is something different because for AC, the capacitor behavior is different and the inductor behavior is different. Listen, I am going to give you a shortcut. You see, the diode is pointing towards the ground, it is, right? This is the ground point always. The diode is pointing towards the ground. Observe, I am giving a shortcut. Then immediately you see that it is a clamper which is shifting the waveform down because diode is towards the ground. So the waveform will be shifted down. That's what you can observe here in the output waveform. See, this is the input waveform. Diode is pointing downwards. So clamper is shifting the waveform down like this. You know, waveform has been shifted down. But where it is clamped to? You see the cathode voltage, where it is connected to. Cathode is connected to 0. That's why these positive peaks are there of the input are clamped to 0 level. Check it. Are clamped to 0 level. Of course, after pi by 2 radians only. After pi by 2 radians only. This is a very simple technique you have to observe and apply for every problems. We need not to go for every time these calculations, because I have to give you the concept I gave you, but not necessary to solve the problem directly. You can say what? By seeing the circuit, I say that it is a negative clamper because the waveform is shifted towards the negative axis. Sure for it is. How did I know? Because the direction of the diode I understand like that. Remember that, simple. But where it is clamped to 0 because cathode is connected to 0. Now I'll give you another example. See, you people should be ready for this example to say the answer. Okay. Now there is a diode, one more diode here. But this time cathode I am connecting it to, let's say, 2 volts battery. This is the diode. This is the diode, and I am connecting this to a 2 volts battery diode like this. Now what should I say? This is the diode showing towards down. That means waveform has to be shifted down. But where it is to be clamped? Because cathode is connected to 2 volts. So the positive peaks must be clamped to 2 volts. So how the output waveform is expected? How the output waveform is expected? Maybe this is 2 volts level. Just take it as 2 volts level. This is 2 volts level. And this is first quarter cycle. And then the waveform is expected like this. Whatever the peak to peak is. This is 2 volts level. Peaks are clamped to 2 volts. Is it not? That's it. Shifted to 2 volts. Now shall I give you one more example? I'll give you one more example. I'll give you one more example. This is the diode I have. But this time I want to connect this diode to minus 5 volts like this. Minus 5 volts like this. That means the waveform has to be shifted down like this because of the diode direction, and this must be clamped to what? Minus 5 volts. So how the waveform is expected? This is 0 level, so somewhere here is minus 5. Let us say it is minus 5. So the peaks are clamped to minus 5 like this. That's it. Shall I still call it as negative clamper? Yes, because it is in the negative axis only. Where it is clamped to? Where it is clamped to? It is clamped to minus 5. Why? Because cathode is connected to minus 5. Done, guys. This is what the clamper is. Very simple. I'll give you one more example. Ready? Now you have to tell me. One more example. One more example I give you, that this is now connected to, let's say, 5 volts. Plus 5 volts. So where the waveform is clamped to? It is clamped to 5 volts. But what are clamped? Positive peaks are clamped. So how the waveform is expected to be? So this is maybe 5 volts. So the waveform is clamped like this. Done. Are you finding difficulty this? Are you finding any difficulty, guys? Is it not simple? Is it not simple? As simple as that. This makes clampers very simple. Shall I give you one more example? Without doing another clamper. Now we have discussed so far negative clamper. Without doing, now let us understand positive clamper. This is the positive clamper. How the direction of the diode? How the direction of the diode is now? Upwards. So how this waveform is clamped to? I am not doing any calculation now. I am not giving you explanation also. How the waveform is expected? How the waveform is expected? The waveform is expected to be clamped to positive side. Clamped to positive side. Like this. Like this. It is clamped like this. So let me erase and show you. Here it will be 0. Here it is Vm, 2Vm, Vm, 0. So it is going to be like this. Clamped upwards. That's why it is called as positive clamper. Can I call it as negative peak clamper? Can I call it as negative peak clamper? Because the negative peaks are clamped to 0 level. See, negative peaks are clamped to 0 level. Why it is clamped to zero level? Because anode is connected to zero. Anode is connected to zero. If you want to the explanation also, you can do that. You know, same explanation I can give. You take it as exercise. If Vi is less than zero, then diode becomes forward bias initially. When diode is forward bias, capacitor is charging like this, like this. Then what is output voltage, which is nothing but anode voltage, is nothing but Vi plus Vc it is. Vc is going to be equal to Vi during less than this part. You know, this is the part. So capacitor voltage remains increases towards minus Vm like this till pi by 2 radians. Till pi by 2 radians. Diode is forward bias. After this, diode will become reverse bias. Once reverse bias, capacitor voltage remains always like this. So output voltage always remains Vi plus Vm. This is the output voltage always. Substitute every value of Vi, you will get the output voltage. Then capacitor voltage remains at minus Vm only like this forever, and output changes as per this. Then plot the output, you are going to get like this. This is going to be 2 Vm. Same explanation you can apply for. Same explanation you can apply. But don't go for that. Use the shortcut method. Is it not? Use the shortcut method. Shall I give you one more example? Are you ready, guys? One more example shall I give you? The diode is like this and it is connected to like this. Let's say it is minus 2 volts. Tell me the waveform, how the waveform would be. Diode is upwards, so the waveform must be shifted up, but clamped to what? Clamped to minus 2. So how the waveform is expected? The waveform must be clamped to minus 2 volts like this. It is minus 2 volts. This is the output. Is it not? Somebody's Josna's doubts and Sakshi doubt are same. Sir, why waveform is started at 3 pi by 2? Others are also having the doubt, I think. You know, if I want this diode to become forward bias to have some capacitor charge like this, input has to become less than 0, no? That is happening here only, right? After this. Like in this clipper, diode become forward bias only when input is greater than 0, no? Similarly here, diode becomes forward bias only when Vi is less than 0. When his input is becoming less than 0, here itself, no? That's why it starts from here. Till that time, diode reverse bias. Diode is reverse bias, V not equal to Vi till that time. So clamping starts only from here for this waveform applied. That's it. Now it's done. Shall I give you one more example? Clampers are over, guys. Clampers are over. One more example shall I give you? Suppose if I connect this to 5 volts. Come on, tell me what is the output. It is shifted up. So the waveform must be shifted up. But where it is clamped to? 5 volts. This is the 5 volts level. So it is, oh, sorry. Clamped to 5 volts, right? Shifted up and clamped to 5 volts, yeah. So how the waveform is? Clamped to 5 volts like this. Done? Any questions, guys? You have any questions? This is not easy. Is it not easy? Very simple, no? Clampers are very simple. Like clippers, you know, the advantage of clampers is there are no other clampers. Clamper can be either positive clamper or can be negative clamper based on the diode direction itself. Enough. There are no other clampers required. Whereas in clippers, by diode can be here, resistor can be here, 2 diodes, 3 diodes. This is not, only this one. So that's why I say clampers is one of the easiest circuits in analog circuits. Done. Yeah, it's easy. Until first negative peak is the output 0. Let's understand that also. You know, some students are having doubt that what is the output till first negative half cycle. Till first negative half cycle, anode voltage, always anode voltage is nothing but input voltage minus capacitor voltage. What is capacitor voltage? 0. So it is input voltage minus 0. It is nothing but Vi. So anode voltage is nothing but Input voltage. So when input is greater than 0 from here to here, input is greater than 0, here is also greater than 0. So what happens to the diode? Reverse bias. So when diode is reverse bias, what is V naught? Same as Vi. That's what V naught equal to Vi. So till input is greater than, sorry, till pi by 2 radians, till pi by 2 radian, till this part. Sorry, I think here I plotted wrong, right? I have plotted wrong. Sorry guys, here I plotted wrong. Once again, let me plot it. Just I missed one phase. Till pi by 2 radian, till pi radians, what is output? Output is same as input. It is same as input. Here it is going less than 0, then diode becomes forward bias. So then output is going to be 0 like this. Then it is 0. From then onwards, it is shifting. So here it becomes like this. When it is here, it is 0 means Vm it is, then 2 Vm. Yes. All of you please correct the waveform. I just missed it earlier. This is the output waveform. Till pi radians, diode is reverse bias, so output remains same as input only. So from till this point, we don't call it as a clamper. This is called transient period, and from here it is called as a clamper. This is clamper. Here. Pushkar is saying, sir, if the circuit, the voltage present above diode, then how we can draw, sir? Explain with one example. With the circuit voltage present above it will not be there. You know, clamper will never have a battery here. No, never. That circuit will never be there. The circuit will never be there. Don't worry about that. Preetham is asking where we want the clamper, where we use the clamper. Very simple it is. See, I have the waveform like this. This is the waveform I have. I want to, for some applications, if I want to shift this waveform up, that's called level shifting circuits, you must have heard. Can be possible like this. The waveform can be shifted like this. Suppose if I want to insert some DC in the waveform, I can use the clamper. Whether you want to insert positive DC or negative DC, that can be used for positive clamper or negative clamper. Mihira, I told you V naught is not 0 till first negative half cycle. Sir, what happens when DC supply is applied to clampers? DC supply, if it is applied, you know, that depends on whether, see, for example, it's all, you can, it is self-explanatory, guys. Suppose if you want to apply some DC here, you want to apply some, let's say 5 volts is applied, positive 5 volts is applied. Initially capacitor is uncharged, so here also positive 5. Diode remains always reverse bias, so output always remains 5 volts. There is no point in applying DC for this. Suppose if you apply negative 5 volts, okay, then this diode becomes forward bias. Then output becomes always 0, because forward bias means short circuit. The output always becomes 0 and capacitor charges to minus 5 volts always. Done it is. Shivashankar, in positive clamper, make it faster guys. In positive clamper, if 5 volts is connected to diode, positive clamper, if 5 volts is connected to the diode, okay, it is shifted to 5 volts upwards, and how it is negative peak clamper? Uh, it has only possible. You know, negative peaks of the inputs are clamped to some reference level. That's why it's called negative peak clamp. Wherever it is clamped, there is no condition that after clamping also it should be negative, right? Negative peaks are clamped to particular level or not. That's why it's called negative peak clamp. Yeah, capacitor blocks DC. Any other names for clampers, sir? Applications? Verma, I told you all the names I know. Sir, when capacitor is charged before connect the circuit, what happens? What happens? You have to subtract that voltage also. But don't go for that wide applications, you know. So capacitor allows AC, not DC, no? Yes, yes, Josna. Now clear? Let's go for some problems, guys. Then come on, guys. I'm going for some problems. Make it faster. I have to give you the multiplier also. Come on. First problem. This is the circuit shown. This is the circuit shown. Don't worry, I'll tell you about this resistance later. Just a minute. Let's finish this problem first and forget about this resistance in the circuit. Find the correct option for the output is the question here. This is the input, and forgot to tell you, input need not be sinusoidal. Just for explanation, I gave this input as sinusoidal. Input can be any shape, like clippers. Input can be any shape. Clamping means clamping happens. So what is the correct output? So don't do any calculations. Just see where the diode is shifted down. So where the input peak has to be shifted towards negative. That means it has to be clamped to zero level. So this is the waveform applied. So it must be clamped to zero. So this cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer. So if it is clamped to zero, this must be the answer. This is clamped to positive axis, right? This cannot be the answer. Everybody agree? Is it not simple, guys? Yes, it is a gate question, guys. It is a gate question. Gate or ISRO or something. ISRO. I exactly didn't remember. I think it is a gate question or ISRO question, something like that. Got it? Now let me speak something about this resistor. This resistor is called bleeding resistor. Bleeding resistor. This resistor is called bleeding resistor. Why this resistor is required? You know, in this circuit what we discuss, okay, or in this circuit what we discuss, once the input is applied, let's say this is the input applied, sinusoidal signal input is applied, and it is clamped. Let us say it is clamped to like this, because we know already this is the clamping happened. What is the purpose of that resistance I am saying? Once if it is clamped like this, it always will be clamped like this. Imagine for some reason input is reduced in amplitude like this, for example. Then the clamper also will become like this. Then we don't call it as a perfect clamping, because clamping means the peaks must be attached to the required level. Here, as per this circuit, peaks must be clamped to zero level. It is not happening, right? It is not a positive peak clamper. Not clamped to zero level. As per the circuit, it has to be clamped, because the capacitor charged to Vm, once input voltage reduced to some other value, capacitor cannot discharge. Then to discharge this capacitor peak value from Vm to the new Vm, we will provide a resistor here like this. Okay? Yeah, discharging resistor, we call it. So as soon as we provide this resistor, capacitor now discharges through resistor. Capacitor will discharge, so that output voltage will slowly, now capacitor voltage discharging means the waveform slowly will behave like this and clamps to zero now like this. So now this is a perfect clamper. So since the resistor is providing a discharging path for the capacitor, we call it as a bleeder resistor. We call it a bleeder. That means capacitor is bleeding through that. Bleeding means it is discharging. You know, bleeding means blood is oozing out, right? So similarly, capacitor is losing its charge by having current passing through this capacitor. That's why it's called as a bleeder resistor, discharging capacitor. Otherwise, discharging resistor. This is to discharge. That is the practical. So practically, every clamper will have this resistor connected just to discharge the capacitor voltage if it is required to discharge. Otherwise, it is not necessary. Okay. So if you have a resistor connected like this, don't think that it is another circuit and the waveform and all changes. Nothing will change. Everything remains same. So practical purpose, we'll have this resistor. Okay. Remember that if you have a resistor like this also, the same explanation what we had continues. It is only to provide any extra capacitor voltage to be discharged. This resistor is required. Otherwise, nothing is required. What should be the time constant? If that is the resistor capacitor to discharge, then time constant will be C into that R into C. Ajay, why you are not solving gate questions? I am solving the gate questions. Why not? You know, I am not giving you all gate questions. See, my method is like this. Whether you agree or not, please others try to do this. By the time I'll tell you what I am doing. You know, I am giving you the concepts first. Concepts first. This is my method, guys. I think you all like it or not. If you want to change me, I'll definitely do that. I'll give you the concepts first, okay, then I'm giving you the problems. In these problems, mostly I'm not taking the gate questions. Very few gate questions only I'm taking. Why? Because my intention is to make you gate exam ready. So by giving you the different levels of problems, easy level, difficult level, more difficult level, like that, once you are perfect with these problems, then you have to solve the gate problems. I'm not giving you the gate problems, you have to do it. Why? If I do the gate problems also, what you are going to do? Learn from me, practice from me, and test yourself about the gate problems. If you are able to solve this, that means my mission is successful. I am successful in giving my concepts, so that you are also great in giving the answers for the gate. If you are able to solve the gate examinations, previous gate examinations, that means next year gate examination also you are comfortable, is it not? That is what my method of teaching is. If you ask me to solve gate questions also, I can do that. It is just a simple task for me, but you are not going to benefit out of that, guys. Got it? Okay, Ajay, you are asking, suppose if I am solving, you want me to mention 1 mark or 2 mark. From next topic onwards, definitely I do that. Okay, you are not able to see the value here. This is okay, -20 it is. Let me shift this for your convenience. This is, I think now it is visible. I think now it is visible, right? See how the direction is? Direction is upwards. That means waveform must be, this waveform, whatever is applied, must be shifted up. But where it is to be clamped? Clamped to 5 volts. See which one is clamped to 5 volts? This is clamped to 5 volts, this is also clamped. So this cannot be the answer. A or B the answers. A or B should be the answer. Then which one is correct answer to say? So this is also clamped to 5 volts. This is also clamped to 5 volts as per the circuit. But which one is correct answer? When it is clamped, peak to peak value of the input waveform. See how much is peak to peak? 30 volts. How much is peak to peak here? 30 volts. How much is peak to peak here? 25 volts. By shifting the waveform, peak to peak is not change, right? In our examples also. So this cannot be the answer, we can say. The answer. Still you are not able to see. This is -20. This peak value is -20. This peak value is -20, guys. This value is, which I am showing here as -20. Check it. Value are resisted to prevent output waveform from decaying. Value, that depends on the current flowing. How much is the current flowing? Based on that, it is like a limiting resistor also. Saurabh, how the answer is? Answer is very simple. No, the waveform is to be shifted up. When it is shifted up, the peak to peak value here is how much? Peak to peak is how much? 30 volts. But how much is peak to peak here? 25 volts. When the waveform has been shifted, shape doesn't change. Peak to peak value also does not change. In this example also, see, when we shifted this, the shape doesn't change. No, shape remains same. Peak to peak also remains same. 2 Vm is a peak to peak. So here also same should be. So answer A should be correct answer. Okay. Yes. Next question. Come on. This one. Question number 3. Make it faster. Is it visible now? Question number 3. 120 sine omega t it is. Come on, guys. Tell me what is the output waveform for this. Sir, if practical diode is used, then how to calculate? We have to add that. See, in this circuit, for example, in this circuit, this is the practical diode. Amit Raj, exactly, you asked the question and the same question is appeared on the screen. Now you can say your question will be answered with this problem. I know that you will be asking that type of question, so I gave that type of example also. You can check it now. Which one is the correct answer? Come on, all of you. Make it faster, guys. Yeah, many people are saying A. Let's check it whether it is A or B or C or what. See, the waveform circuit diagram tells you that waveform has to be shifted down. But where it is to be clamped to 20 volts, right? But cut-in voltage is also given. That means it must be, so diode is having 0.7. So total voltage, it is clamped to be 20.7. 20.7. It has to be clamped to 20.7. So this cannot be the answer because it is clamped to 0. It has to clamp to 20.7. So this is also please 20.7 or 207. 20.7. Here it is 20 volts, so it cannot be the answer. So here it is 20.7 for D, and here is also 20.7. So either A or B should be D should be the correct answer. Now see the 20.7 is correct. Now see the peak to peak value. Here it is 20.7 and 240. 20.7 to 240. Peak to peak should be how much? 240, right? Peak to peak is 240. So this cannot be 240. Peak to peak is not 240. So answer D cannot be the answer. A is the correct answer. See, this is peak to peak now. 20.7 plus 219.3 is equal to 240. Peak to peak should be 240 volts. But baby it is not D because peak to peak is not 240 here. See, peak to peak is not 240. That is the problem. So A is the correct answer. Is it clear? That's it, guys. About the clampers. Clampers will not be more difficult than that. You know, every clamper, you know, one more point. Clamper circuits are very rare to ask in the gate examination era. That's why I gave least importance. That's why I explained clampers in the last. And very few questions are there. If at all you get questions also, very simple like this. What the questions you have seen. Very simple. Now you answered all the questions, right? Comfortable or not? Comfortable or not? Take the screenshot if you want. Yes, take the screenshot. Bonus question. I don't have bonus question today. Rather, we'll go for next topic. Okay, shall I go for? Okay, Vaishnavi, everybody understood very well. Very good, guys. Thank you. Clampers will become very simple after attending this class. Is it not? Clampers are simple or not? Very simple. Right. Now let us understand voltage multipliers. I'll make you voltage multipliers also very simple. So do we have load and line regulation? That is there, you know, that's a very simple. I already explained. Load regulation means for what load you are talking about. Output load in the Zener regulator you are asking, I think. Yashman Sunny is saying you justified what you said in the beginning. Yes, thank you. We will do that for rest of the topics also. My job is for an entire analog circuits. Okay, right now we are at 20% of the syllabus. 80% more is there. So let us make the entire analog circuit like this only. I will make it very simple. Only thing you have to do is follow the classes regularly. Let me make it now. Voltage multipliers also many students will have many doubts. Let me make it very simple. Okay, to understand what is, this is not actually voltage multiplier. Don't think that it is a voltage multiplier. No. Voltage multiplier, to understand, first I'll ask you, what is this circuit I have shown? Can you tell me what is this circuit I have shown here? Saurabh, great Saurabh, great, great. I'm delighted with your compliment. Saurabh is saying, I want to say to everybody. Saurabh is saying that इतना ऑफलाइन कोचिंग वाला भी नहीं पढ़ाता है. Superb. Everybody understood that it is positive clamper. Positive clamper it is, right? Everybody understood that it is positive clamper. That means the waveform is shifted up. Suppose if I apply a sinusoidal signal like this, what is the output you will be finding? It is found like this, where it is 0 and this will be 2 Vm. This is what we discuss, where this is Vm and this is minus 2 Vm, minus Vm. Peak to peak is 2 Vm is clamped to 0 like this. This is the waveform output. Negative peak clamper, right? Very good. Negative peak clamper or positive clamper it is. This is what we know. In this situation, how this capacitor charges to? Capacitor charges to like this, to Vm. You all remember this? This is what we know, right? So this is the circuit you already know. Now for this circuit here, output of this clamper, I am connecting it to another circuit like this. See, from here to here it is clamper, you know already. This is capacitor, this is the diode. I am connecting now. See, this is remaining same. This is same. This and this are same. See, this first part is same. This first part is same. See, this part till this part it is same. Now to this I am attaching another circuit. That means till this part it is a clamper. It is a clamper. After this I call it as a peak detector. Peak detector I call it as. It is called as a peak detector. Why? Suppose this waveform, whatever we applied, what is the waveform here? This waveform is what? This waveform, right? What is the peak value here? 2 Vm. Do you remember? The voltage here is this, which is varying like this, with peak value of 2 Vm and lowest value as 0. This is 0. Agree? And this waveform is now applied to this circuit. So what happens to the diode during positive half cycle? Diode will become forward bias, and then current is flowing like this. So capacitor charges. Charging time constant is how much again? 0. So capacitor will charge like this. Charges to what? Its peak value, is it not? Its peak value. How much it is? 2 Vm. Here this capacitor charges to what? It is Vm only. So after 2 Vm, input is less than 2 Vm. So diode becomes reverse bias. So capacitor voltage remains at 2 Vm. Capacitor voltage remains at 2 Vm. And again diode will never become forward bias. So capacitor voltage remains at 2 Vm. So if I find the output voltage across this, is it not going to be the double of the input peak value? Voltage doubler, I call it as like this. So output voltage is twice the input peak value. Input peak value is how much? Vm. How much is the output peak value I am getting? 2 Vm. So people have a misopinion among the voltage doubler that voltage doubler means output is double the input waveform shape. No, output is double the input peak voltage, not the total shape it is. Yes, it is. It is a DC value. It is constant because capacitor is always, see what is the capacitor. Suppose if I want to plot the waveform for this capacitor voltage, how the waveform will be? Capacitor will be charging like this to Vm, and then it remains like this forever. Vishnu Reddy, sir, in GATE ECE there is a VLSI subject, but in study plan it is not there. VLSI, actually it is not VLSI, it is called fabrication methods, fabrication techniques, IC fabrication techniques. That I am going to take in EDC syllabus itself. In EDC syllabus I am going to take that. Fabrication techniques. Okay. So see guys, it is very simple. This is the capacitor charged to Vm in this direction. This is the capacitor charged to 2 Vm in this direction, as per this clamper, and this is peak detector, and this is the Vi. So output is twice the input. V0 is 2 times of the Vm. That is what we call it as doubler. Okay. So tripler, voltage tripler can we have voltage 4 times if you want, like this. See, if you observe this, I will make it, I want to make it as a multiplier, not only doubler. This is just a doubler. I want to have it as voltage tripler, quadrupler, etc., etc. So I want to redraw this circuit. All of you please listen carefully so that multiplier becomes so simple. So I'm drawing this circuit once again. All of you please see it. The clamper output and voltage doubler is same. What is the difference? No, clamper output is different. Doubler is different. What is clamper output? If you see, this is the clamper. What is the clamper output? Clamper output, if I say this is output, clamper output is something like this, right? This is what doubler. What is doubler output? Doubler output is like this. It's like this. This is 2 Vm. How they are same? They are not same. We are using positive clamper only to get positive value. Yes, if you want negative value, you can go for negative clamper. It's okay, Sindhu. Listen guys, please hold. Peak is not double in the clamper. Peak is not double in the clamper. Peak is not. Bunty, I didn't understand. Let's see. I am redrawing this circuit. Please hold your chart and let's understand. This capacitor as it is I am drawing. Okay, capacitor as it is I am drawing. This diode is connected to this point, right? Let me call it as 1. Let me call it as 2. Okay, this I am calling it as 1. I am calling it as 1. 2 is this. See, 2 is connected to anode and cathode is connected to capacitor there. So like this, 2 is connected to anode and cathode of the diode is connected to the capacitor. Are they both same now? This part is drawn now. Cathode is connected to the capacitor. I have drawn. Now I connect this cathode to the another anode and see this anode, which is 0.2, is connected to the another capacitor. I'll connect here like this. This is this capacitor. How much is this voltage? It is going to be 2 Vm. How much is this capacitor? It is going to be Vm. Okay. Of course, the direction is plus minus like this. This is plus minus. Direction also very important. Now see, the cathode is connected to the anode and other side is connected to the capacitor. So like this I connect. This is the point I am calling it as output point. This point I am calling it as output point. Okay. Remember, I want to continue this. This value, now see, I am connecting again. Here I am connecting another capacitor, same like this. And this I am connecting to another diode like this. And again I am connecting one more capacitor like this. See, when it is connected like this capacitors, that means this 2 Vm I have connected to this diode. So this capacitor also charges to 2 Vm. So this capacitor is applied with 2 Vm, so it is also charging to 2 Vm. Thus here I am connecting one more diode. Like this, I can connect any number of diodes or any number of capacitors. I can connect like this, any number of. Please hold for some time. Don't ask questions. You will get the clarity. Like this. If I continue like this, have you observed there is a pattern being developed? Continues. This is also 2 Vm. 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 Like that, this can continue. We can continue this like this. Meet Chaudhary, ये 2 Vm कैसे हो गया? See, during this is the waveform applied to this diode. That means this diode is applied with 2 Vm signal. This is the signal applied with, whose peak value is 2 Vm. So during positive off cycle, diode becomes forward bias and this capacitor charges to 2 Vm. Got it? Now see guys, this is called multiplier. Now if I take this, see this is 1 and this is 2. If you have you observed, if I connect like this, there has been a pattern. See, diodes are connected like this. See, this is a pattern. Very simple to remember also. It is like this. And here capacitors are connected. Here capacitors are connected. This circuit, I am calling it as voltage multiplier. This I am calling it as a voltage multiplier. So how it is like a multiplier? See, you see some pattern with some similarity. You know, first circuit, from this I built this part. From then onwards I repeated everything. I have repeated. Now see, if I take this point, 2 point as ground. If I take this 2 point as ground, and if I measure the voltage here, let me call it as V01. How much it is going to be? It is going to be 2 Vm. Is it not? Because I am taking from here to ground, it is 2 Vm. Suppose if I take this voltage, which is V01, I'll say, from here to ground, if I take, okay, how much it is going to be? It's going to be 4 Vm. Why it is 4 Vm? See, from here to ground I am taking. Always voltage with respect to ground. From here to ground if I take, from here to here 2 Vm, from here to here it is 2 Vm. Total is 4 Vm. Suppose now I take the voltage from here to here. I call it as V03. We call it as V02. How much it is? 6 Vm. If I take the voltage here, V04, it is 8 Vm. So this is what even multiples of the output you can take. If you take the output here, 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 here. If you take here, it is doubler, like what we have taken here. If you take the output here, it is quadrupler. If you take the output here, it is 6 times. If we take the output here, 8 times. No, sir, I don't want to have even multiples. I want to have odd multiples. Can be done. Odd multiples also can be done. See, if I take this point as the ground, and if I take the output here, let's call it as Vx1 it is. Let's call it as Vx1. How much is this Vx1 is going to be? Is going to be Vm it is. Suppose if I take the output here, let's call it as Vx2. How much it is? 3 Vm it is. If I take the output here, let's call it as Vx4. It is 5 Vm it is. If I take the output here, it is Vx5. It is 7 Vm. Get it? If I take from here to ground, Vm. From here to here it is 2 Vm and this is Vm. Total is 3 Vm. If I take from here to ground, it is 5 Vm. From here to here, it is 7 Vm. So if you take the output here, you will get even multiples. If you take the output here, you are going to get even multiples. Now it is up to you after having this capacitor charged to these voltages, but you know instantaneously it will not happen. If you want 7 Vm, those many cycles must be passed already. Okay, then only it happens. So it is 7 Vm, 5 Vm, 3 Vm, 2 Vm, anything you want you can get it. Is it not easy and great, guys? This is what multiplier is. Got it? Because if you understand this, you know, first it is like a clamper and it is peak detector, and after this what I have done is very simple. I have done very simple things. You know, this is the circuit already there. This is the circuit already there. This is Vm. Okay. I just repeated this once again like this. I just repeated. Saurabh is comfortable now with diodes. Great. So please explain capacitor polarity. Sure. Capacitor polarity, see, I will explain. First, let me explain with this, then I'll explain with this. Okay. When diode is conducting for first quarter cycle, the capacitor will charge like this, right? That means polarity is from plus to minus. Then diode is conducting like this, so current will flow like this, so capacitor will charge like this. Similarly, you see here also I am explaining. When diode conducts like this, the capacitor will charge like this. When this diode is conducting, this capacitor will charge like this. That's why it is plus and minus. When this diode is conducting, let me name also. Okay, let me name it as D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6 and D7. It can be later also. So when D2 is forward bias, the current is flowing like this. So capacitor is charging plus minus. When D3 is forward bias, current will flow like this, right? Current will flow like this to this capacitor. So capacitor will charge like this. When this diode is forward bias, current will flow like this, and then current will flow like this. So it is plus minus. Similarly, it is like this. During that time, this diode is reverse bias, so current will not flow like this. So this current will flow like this. So plus minus. Okay, this is what the voltage multiplier is it not? Any questions, guys, you have? Any questions you have? But remember, clampers and voltage multiplier can be doubler, can be tripler, can be quadrupler, whatever. Generally in the examination, doubler will be asked, doubler only will be asked, maximum tripler will be asked, not quadrupler and all will be asked. But you know, the probability of having questions from diode circuits from clampers and doublers is very less. So don't put your, I'll tell you, because I have finished the diode circuits. Since I have finished the diode circuits with this point, I want to tell you few things about. When you say diode circuits, we have discussed some basics of the diodes, and we have discussed clippers, we have discussed rectifiers, we have discussed regulators, we have discussed clampers, we have discussed voltage multipliers. These are the, so compared to other topics, these topics are least important. How did I say? Based on seeing the 20 years of previous papers, if I see the 20 years of previous papers, the probability of having questions from clampers and doublers is very less. That means very less number of questions are there from clampers and multipliers, but whereas there are more number of questions from regulators, rectifiers, clippers, and nowadays identifying forward bias and reverse bias type of questions are also coming very frequently. Last 4 to 5 years, I didn't like what we discussed in the basics of the, like by giving the circuit, asking to find the forward bias or reverse bias. That type of questions are coming more. So you concentrate on that. Concentrate on clippers also. Concentrate on rectifiers also. Concentrate on regulators also. If you want to give me the rating or a priority, you have to give. First priority, you have to spend more time on regulators, then clippers, then basics of the diodes, then rectifiers, then clampers, then no, sorry, then clampers, then then voltage multipliers, least is clampers. This is the order of preference. That means you should be perfect. Perfect means really perfect on regulators, and you have to spend that much time on this. Then clippers, then basics of the diode, identifying forward bias, reverse bias, then rectifiers, and etc. etc. So question is, how many questions may come from these topics so far we discussed, right? Damn sure one question sure will get from the topics so far we discussed. That may be a 1 mark question, that may be a 2 mark question, or maybe both also. Next GATE 2021, you will get one question from the topics what we discussed already. Sure for it is. That means you have minimum, you will be getting minimum 2 marks or 3 marks from these topics so far we discussed if you are perfect with these topics. In GATE 2021, it is going to happen. Every year, if you see any GATE paper from analog circuits, there is one question or 2 questions from diodes. Sure for it is. So what is that question? Can be this, can be this, can be this, can be this, can be anything. So if you are perfect with all these topics, you are going to answer 2 questions. 2 questions you are going to answer. Okay? Yes. Any questions, guys? Yeah, extra class tomorrow. I'll take one extra class on clippers. Tomorrow I'll take tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. No, Monday. Sorry, tomorrow is as usual. Tomorrow is as usual. Monday I'll take an extra class. Monday, because Monday you don't have any other class. I'll take that extra class. Timing you can see the study plan whenever it is there. Sir, I have many problems in clippers. Sakshi and others. Yeah. I understood, guys. You are finding some difficulty. I understood. I'm there. Don't worry. I'm there with you. I will take an extra class on clippers. Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll solve all the questions once again, and I'll tell you other method. Otherwise, I'll tell you other method. Because every question can be solved in different methods. In my explanation so far, I gave you two methods. I'll give you third method also if required. If you want some extra questions on regulators also, yes, I do that. I do that, sure. Which other filters are not necessary here in this diode circuits? Filters are not that important. Yeah, somebody is asking about filters. Filters are for gate examination. Filters are not that important. Not that important. For ESE examination, filters are important. But safe side, you all by heart the formula of ripple factor which I have given. For every filter I have given the ripple factor. For half wave rectifier also given. For half wave rectifier, for full wave rectifier, capacitor filter, inductor filter, LC filter, for every filter I gave the ripple factor. Please have those formulas by hearted at least. That is sufficient. Rajesh Reddy, you are asking about previous gate regulator problem. That is very simple. If you have any doubt, put it in the doubt section. I will respond to you. Okay. Sure, I'll include more problems in extra class. Don't worry. Any more questions, guys? You have? Any more questions? Shall we find it off now? Have you enjoyed the class today? Is it not easy? Enjoyed the class or not? We should enjoy the class. You know, class should not be burden. Class should be easy and enjoyable. Is it for you all? Sir, show voltage multiplier to take screenshot. Sure. This is a voltage multiplier. Take the screenshot. You enjoyed it, right? Yes, 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 yes. That's what I want. I want that. I want that. Class should be like enjoying, and I want this type of interaction also. I require. I enjoy this type of interaction also. You keep asking me questions. Keep asking me questions. I am okay to take, but please ask the questions only during our interaction time, not during the explanation time. Give me time for explanation. Okay, only during my explanation time, don't ask questions. Other time, anytime it is you are asking questions, I'm fine. Sir, I think now I can ask EDC class in YouTube. When are you going to take lectures on BJT? Harsha, maybe a couple of weeks later. Couple of weeks later. Let me finish the syllabus here in Target. Then I'll come to EDC there again. Okay. Ajay is asking, why are you not taking subject network subject after maths? I think I can manage analog circuits even if you are not comfortable with networks. I think I can make you perfect. That's why I have taken. I don't mind whether you know networks or not. You know, in the next class, I'm going to use. I'm going to deal with mathematics. Sorry, I'm going to deal with BJT circuits. I'm coming. Then all of you, please, I suggest you to come with little basics like KVL, KCL, voltage division formula, current division formula. I suggest all of you please at least be perfect with what is KVL, what is KCL, how to apply and those things. You know, those are required when I am dealing with BJT circuits. I hope you are all good with just basics of KVL and KCL, voltage division formula, current division formula are required. KVL is applied always in a loop. KCL is always applied at a node. And what is KVL? Algebraic sum of voltages in a loop must be equal to 0. KCL, algebraic sum of currents at a node equal to 0. Voltage division, total voltage equal to same branch resistance by total resistance. Current division is nothing but total current into opposite branch by total resistance is the current. So I request you people to be perfect with these topics at least, so that your BJT circuits are going to be easier for us. Of course, today it is not necessary. In today's class, it is not necessary. From tomorrow's class, it is necessary. I wish you are all perfect already with this. If not, please go through any basic network books and go ahead with that. Yeah, I understand, Ajay, why you asked. But I wish you people are already good at KVL. So I'm not going to give you a very complex KVL circuits and all. No, I just give you very small KVL circuits. Can be done for you. Okay. Tomorrow's class timing, check in the study plan, guys. Go to study plan and see the timings. See the timings for study plan. Today we have class at 2 p.m. again, right? Please, all of you join there. Sir, KVL and KCL is okay, but I have problem with solving problems with current division and voltage division. You know, just after seeing these many problems, it can be done. Ajay, I'll be taking analog circuits and electronic devices also, both the subjects. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. All the very best. Enjoy the classes. Don't go anywhere. Stay home. Stay safe. Let's meet again in the next class at 2 o'clock. All the best, guys.